Yeah, great matchup against Hunter. Just, I mean, I'm something like 9-1 against it on the ladder.
We're going to find out what's happened in this game because both of these guys now looking for an advantage in this one, and it means a lot to both of them. Zalae, he wants to chase down that #1 spot, but Superjj, he needs to keep his playoff hopes alive.
And that's a Keys and Mystic in his Druid deck.
Yeah, to me, that makes a good amount of sense. You know, I was talking actually with our roommate Hunter about this. He was asking for some Hearthstone tips. I said, if you're going to play Zombie Chow to try to check Mirror Entity, you might as well just play Keys and Mystic because it gives you a bigger swing. You know, I don't like having to have an answer to secrets, but if you're going to have one, you play the best one.
Yeah, I can totally get behind that, yeah. Because I know you're such a fan of the Keys and Mystic card, too.
It's trash.
Yeah. Hey, unless you're playing Era.
Yeah, Zalae going for handlock in game #2, so that is a pretty darn dead card in his hand. Not looking too shabby. Zalae, though, I'm sorry, Superjj, though, his hand isn't looking too bad either. He's got Innervate along with a great curve to follow this up and still has ways to kill these minions that are going to be happening.
He can turn 3 this Emperor if he wants to.
Which is what he's looking for.
Yeah, because, I mean, what kind of pressure is Zalae going to put on him? And then you make Zalae use his turn dealing with the Emperor as well.
Yeah, he's going to get 2 triggers out of this as also. Unless Zalae wants to Iron Beak Owl.
Yeah, you never know. Zalae might just Iron Beak Owl because it's going to be hard to fight a hand that has multiple Emperor triggers, especially when they have 5 cards behind this because, you know, the average casting cost of a card on a Druid card is pretty high if you keep giving them so much help.
That card is so brutal. That's like drop the phone good, man.
Drop the phone
good. Turn 3 Emperor Thorson. I mean, turn 3 Cairn used to be a nightmare. Now you have 5/5 that makes everything cheaper. So, like, the pressure just continues to come after this.
Yeah, and Zalae just got to stretch it out a little bit, yawn, and try to figure out what's he going to do about this turn 3 Emperor.
It is not an easy turn.
Because, like, honestly, man, just a 5/5 on turn 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this is just Stranglethorn Tiger. This would have been a fine turn 3.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just King Mukla, but you don't get bananas, I get a lot of extra mana.
Bananas would have burned a Molten Giant.
Yeah, maybe with some peanut butter. Combine them, you know, good sandwich.
I've boycotted peanut butter.
For everyone out there that laughed at that or thinks you're joking, they don't know that you're actually serious.
Ah, well, you know, it's too many peanut butters out there. I don't want to deal with it.
Burdened by the tyranny of choice.
Yeah, I'll make my own peanut butter. It's better that way anyway. Zalae, tough turn. Again, just, you know, what other option do you have? It's tough not to play an 8/8 on turn 4, but it's very difficult to give your opponent 5 more mana.
Yeah, it's so hard not to play the Mountain Giant there, and yeah, this is going to be a backbreaking turn here as well. He's going to get this Loatheb in play and really start to push some damage.
He's got 5 damage. He's gotten 2 5/5s out. Zalae's committed to attacks in this spot.
A Force of Nature only costs 4 now, so it's very cheap combined with a Savage Roar.
Wrath is 0 mana. Pilot of Shredder's 2. This is I don't know if Zalae can actually win this game.
It's going to be hard. I mean, he can't, you know, use his Mountain Giant as a sweeper this turn like maybe he was hoping to do, you know, something like Shadow Flame. But, you know, this Loatheb, as I said, it's going to be pretty good for Superjj here. Now, what does Zalae have to do to even get into this game?
He needs a miracle. He just needs like 1 big Shadow Flame turn. But,
and then just hope it's good enough after that.
Yeah, but your opponent's, I mean, look how much damage is getting dealt.
I mean, Superjj almost had lethal that turn. Oh, wow.
I don't even know if you do Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't even need to. You can just Wrath for 0 mana here and just hold on for the next 8/8 that comes out because you know there's more.
Yeah.
Especially with you pushing for damage, it's good to use against Molten Giant, which you have to expect is coming out next turn. So what I would do here is I would just get some damage in, get a Pilot Shredder, kill this Mountain Giant, and then just try to win the game with Big Game Hunter and Force of Nature.
Drop the Shade with it if you want to.
Yeah, you can even drop the Shade, yeah. I mean, he's got all kinds of options. I mean, this makes Force of Nature lethal next turn.
He can swipe Force Nature on turn 6. He's got a 6 mana Pyroblast in his hand.
Yeah, I was just saying, he actually had lethal if Zalae didn't kill a minion there.
Yeah.
Like, already.
Yeah, no brainer on the Wrath. Pilot and Shredder going to help protect his board presence, a resilient threat. Shade comes out afterwards.
Yeah, free Lightning Bolt with no drawback, pretty good.
I don't mind the attack here with the Loatheb either.
I don't either. I like this, actually.
The problem is that it opens up to Mortal Coil.
But it also keeps him from playing Molten Giant, and it helps protect you from a sweeper. You know, something like Shadow Flame onto the Ancient Watcher there would have been pretty good for Zalae.
Yeah, this is also a spot where Zalae actually might life tap again, too. But, you know, Mortal Coil Twilight Drake is going to be too hard to pass up. So, Superjj a little bit off lethal this turn.
Well,
wow, now it's going to turn into a Mountain Giant, I fear.
Yeah, it might be Mountain Giant Dark Bomb here. Just kind of alleviate some of this pressure that's coming in. Because he is at 18, and you have to be worried about some cards that can kill you.
He has to do it in this order, too. So Doomsayer would be a nightmare, I think.
Superjj has 17 on the next turn, by the way, with Force of Nature and Swipe.
So Innervate would win the game. But he gets a 2-2 instead.
Well, now his swipes are 5.
Oh, there's that Keys and Mystic. So now things are getting a little bit nervous at this point.
Well, I mean, he does hit the BGH here, and you can push for a little more damage, but if you big game hunter here, you don't get to really do much else. You know, you get the hero power, and then you're giving initiative kind of back over to Zalae.
Yeah, Hellfire, Shadow Flame, all these cards look disastrous to you right now.
Yeah, it's almost, I almost feel like you just have to take the shade out of stealth here and just get the damage in.
I don't know.
Well, maybe not with Molten Giant.
Yeah, I actually don't even know if you deal any damage. Like maybe, I guess you can deal 2. The 2 is you know, Zalae can't use a Molten Giant and taunt up. Even if he had a Sun Fury Protector, he wouldn't be able to. So I think you just have to go for this line. Like, this is the position you've been put into now. This is how you're going to win the game.
Yeah, you can't just start changing, you know, you can't deviate at this point in the game anymore.
Yeah, I think this is 2 damage and pass. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Ah, he's actually attacking. I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I thought maybe he had taken it back and hadn't actually attacked, but this makes it to where Zalae can play a Molten Giant and taunt up if he had Sun Fury Protector.
Yeah, doesn't have anything clean instead. I mean, he can I guess he could Big Game Hunter Shadow Flame. But just, you know, then you're losing your big swing turns. Now you open the floodgate if that happens.
Yeah, but I mean, it's better than dying.
It's true, but Superjj's got to have 10 damage in his hand, or rather on this board, he's got to have 6 damage in his hand. Yeah, I think you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to believe that Zalae believes he's dead if he doesn't take care of at least some of this board. But we've seen him take some risk, you know, from time to time.
Yeah, big game and Shadow Flame it is. I think it's just too good of a turn to pass up. Oh, Force of Nature and Savage Orb not lethal this turn.
That's another odd one. Yeah, I was going to say, I like Keys and Mystic and just hero power here. Keep the Keeper of the Grove to take care of some kind of taunt.
It still has 10 damage in his hand, so Zalae has, you know, again, he has to either heal or taunt up or take care of the minion.
Yeah, you never know, he might just YOLO this rag again.
Every single turn, he's got to take care of something, and that's really the big talking point for Superjj. That's one of the reasons why Druid is so good. It's a lot like Rogue in this regard, where if you keep something on the board, it's a big threat to your opponent, and those aren't risks that they're willing to take because they're so easily capitalized.
Keys and Mystic actually doing some work here, you know?
It's a 4-3 that drops a 0-0 every time. I'm shocked that this card is this big of a threat right now.
Yeah. I mean, this wasn't the intent why it was put in the deck.
No,
it wasn't here to pressure the Light. Yeah, and there you go. He just goes for Ragnaros.
If this misses, Zalae is going to drop another game here. And that's going to do it. Superjj has 14 damage. 15 damage if you count that hero power. That's going to be enough to do it. Takes a 2-1 lead here over Zalae. Just needs one more game now to hang on.
Yeah, Zalae must have thought this was worth the risk. You know, if he gets the 50-50 and kills the Keys and Mystic here, then he's actually ahead in the game since he saw a BGH already.
Yeah, that's the big point here is that if he lands this 50-50, he's winning the game almost every single time. And when he misses it, you know, Superjj is not always going to have 10 damage back behind it.
Yeah, he still has to have, you know, a combination of 2 cards.